Our top story at 10, an emotional ending for one family's fight towards justice.
Today, a jury found Joseph Harris guilty for.
All right, there's a motion for continuance. Oh, if you could step back a little bit, Ms. Cobb, that's okay. No, you're on. Yeah. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 3745, State of Texas versus Joseph Harris. If I can have parties announced for the record for the state. Defense. All right, Mr. Cox, you filed a motion for continuance.
That's great.
All right, state, do you have any objections to the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
Well, in terms of our motion, I've already served the prosecution with it. There's one witness that's out of town. She's in Michigan. Sorry. I feel she's a material witness to me, Judge. She's not available. Also, there's a Ruben Vasquez, Macara. He's another witness, our witness, material witness to the event. And I just having a problem trying to locate him to serve him. He's a witness that was just several feet away from the incident. I think it's a material witness that that we need to have to go to trial in this case. In addition to that, Judge, there's records that I subpoenaed from the Center for Health Care Services. And those records has not been made available to me yet. They're working on it. They don't have it yet. And I'm looking for those. I'm going to need those before I go to trial. And also, there were some type of medical records that's a part of discovery that this state gave to me in discovery. But when I tried to open it, I didn't have it said I needed some type of passcode. And I was given that passcode this afternoon. So I would have to look at those records too.
All right, with regards to Ms. Glover, who appears to be in Michigan, state, are you going to have any objections to her appearing by Zoom?
No.
All right. With regards to medical records, the court notes on the docket sheet that the medical records have been provided or out there since December 19, 2022.
And to address that, Your Honor, the Mr. Cox came to me today and asked me about the password today, and I supplied it to him about 5 minutes later. Due to HIPAA restrictions, that's why it's passcode protected. And it's what it amounts to. It's the victim's hospital records when he was transported to the hospital where he was soon listed as deceased.
All right. And then Ruben Vaquera.
Ruben Vaquera is an eyewitness to the case, Your Honor, and the state has diligently and through due diligence has tried to locate him. We are unable to locate him. I believe the defense counsel has also requested a subpoena on him. As of right now, the state would also like to talk to this individual, but he has not been found.
All right. And how long have people been searching for Mr. Ruben Vaquera?
Since I started handling the case. So, I mean, before July, I can tell you that, Your Honor. I can't give you an exact date right now, but I can tell you that it has been my investigator, Brian King, has been searching for him among other individuals that are missing, but we've found pretty much everybody else.
All right. And Mr. Cox, how long have you been looking for Mr. Vaquera or your investigator?
It's been several months as I had to try to get him subpoenaed. Just been difficult. I just feel that at this point, this case, his information is very critical.
So what happens if he's never found?
Well,
Does this case continue forever?
I'm gonna say forever, Judge, but my position is that if it's a situation between just trying to exhaust all efforts to get him, when we talk about the difference, maybe the difference between someone being found not guilty of a case or guilty of a case.
So how long do we wait for him to be found?
I just think, Judge, that at least if I can have, if I can get let's if I had maybe 30, 45 days, Judge.
But haven't you already had months?
Well, I've had months, Judge, but I just think that there's still, I mean, there's still a way. I'll just have to I have to go out and look for him myself, Judge.
Okay.
You know,
And then these records from healthcare services, is this alleged to be related to your client or related to someone else?
related to the complaint.
All right. And what is this, mental health issues or something else?
I believe mental health issues, Judge, and that's an issue because without kind of really what my action trial strategy is, is that I think the state is on some type of notice in terms of there may be some issues. And I mentioned that to the state that it may be some issues. My problem is that trying to get the record, trying to target which agency may have them. And so I was able to contact an agency. They appear to have some records on. So we're talking about a situation, Judge, not going to the facts of the case, that a person who may in fact have been mentally ill at the time of the incident with a handgun.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Motion for continuance is denied. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Comment. The deputies in the courtroom, they're in charge of security and safety, so there's not to be any outbursts. My understanding is that there perhaps after this will be victim impact. If there's outbursts, then there will not be, potentially, there will not be victim impact. Does everyone understand? All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All right, to the jury.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the court's understanding that you've reached a verdict. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that verdict unanimous?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you'll give that to Rice. All right, finding as to the immediate influence of sudden passion, the jury states we unanimously find that the defendant, Joseph Dale Harris, did not cause the death of Isaiah Orozco under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause. The punishment verdict form reads that there's to be no fine and the punishment is assessed at 68 years in the prison. Would anyone wish to have the jury poll? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your time on this jury. I relieve you of the previous instructions that I've given you. And if you'll wait for me and back, I'll come and speak with you briefly. All right. Everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right. Mr. Harris, have you had a chance to review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? All right. Mr. Cox, if you'll go over that with him, please.
I would do.
All right, Mr. Harris, did you have a chance to review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this was a jury trial, you do have a right to an appeal. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Harris, the jury has decided on your sentence of 68 years in the prison, and the court will impose that. And as I previously stated, you do have a right to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Harris, it's my understanding that there is going to be victim impact, which means that members of Mr. Orozco's family may want to say something to you. In this courtroom, I require that everyone treats everyone with respect. I understand that sometimes in cases such as these, emotions are high and tempers flare, but I still require that everyone treat everyone with respect. And it makes it easier for the deputies if people are not yelling. You understand? And I understand that 68 years is a long time, but I always tell people that time, of course, passes and it looks like it's a long, long time, and it is considered a long time, but there are things that perhaps you can think about, okay? All right, so State, do you have a victim impact?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'm going to ask for to make it easier for the deputies, Mr. Harris will stand there and his counsel can stand there. And if the persons who are giving victim impact, if you'll remain seated and just keep your voice up. And I'm having you remain seated because that makes it, again, easier for the deputies and they don't have to be on high alert.
On February 28th, 2022, you unfairly took a life whose name was Isaiah Ryan Orozco, a life that you didn't create or give or that mattered to you. You emotionally and psychologically damaged my family to a certain point where my mother has to cry herself to sleep at night. Isaiah was a brother, an uncle, son, a cousin, a nephew, and a friend to many human beings in this world. People never get to witness him getting married, having kids, or fully living out his life because you stole that from him. You got to live your life to the fullest thus far. All my brother is still 6 feet below. We will never have him back in this life. I hope you suffer every single day of your life behind bars. Sad that your 6 or 7 kids have to grow up without a father, which couldn't even be determined. Now you can see just a little glimpse of what we're going through. All because you wanted to act like a coward and shoot a man while he had his back turned. Now that we have closure and justice on this earth, await the consequences in the afterlife. You will rot in hell, Mr. Harris.
On February 28th, 2022, you decided to pay God, judge, and jury, and executioner. Instead, you attended Bible classes or whatnot. Well, you should know that the 6th commandment says, "Thou shalt not murder." On April 13, 2000, I welcomed my second baby boy out of my 5 children. The victim, who, by the way, has a name. His name is Isaiah Ryan Orozco. The moment I laid my eyes on him, my heart was captured and filled with so much love. My precious baby boy, who would grow up and bring so much love, joy, and laughter, not only into my life, but to his brothers, his sister, family, friends, and anyone he came across. Isaiah had a smile that could light up a room. He could turn a bad day into a good one. He always knew how to make me laugh with his George Lopez impersonations. Even in his passing, I believe he finds a way to make me laugh and bring comfort through signs and memories we made. On February 28th, 2022, my life was shattered and changed forever. My world was turned upside down. My heart that was once filled with love has turned to anger, pain, despair. Isaiah was cut down by a coward, ripped away from me by a senseless act of violence and anger. Every day for me is a struggle. There are days I don't want to wake up and face the world. I miss my son so very much. I miss our talks, text messages. Here's one of his messages to me. "Hey, Mom, just wanted to let you know, you don't ever have to lower your standards for anyone in any given circumstance. I believe You are worthy of much more in life. You only have to accept yourself. Learn from the obstacles we come across together. I love you. Have a great day at work. All I have left are memories, Mr. Harris. I miss his voice, laughter, jokes, and hugs. One thing that bothers me so much is that I will never meet his wife, meet his kids, my grandchildren. I will never see him fulfill all his goals that he used to talk about. My heart is broken. Joseph Del Harris, murderer of my son. It has taken me a while to get to this point. I was filled with so much anger. But I know in order for me to heal, I have to forgive you. Not for you, but for me. I will not allow anger to get the best of me the way it did you when you murdered my son. Evil will not prevail today. I instead choose to forgive you, and I pray for you that you may find Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior and truly repent. And may God have mercy on your soul. Here and now, God and the court has decided your fate.
All right.
Judge, I believe Rose, our advocate, has one more that wants to be read.
All
If you
right.
allow that.
Yes.
On behalf of the Orozco family, I'll state how their lives had changed since February 28th of 2022, the day Joseph Harris brutally murdered their beloved Isaiah Orozco. Since that day, they've suffered with severe anxiety, insomnia, episodes of depression, and grief. Isaiah enjoyed spending plenty of time with his family, especially in the past several years when he was setting up great goals for his future. He was loving and caring to all, and if you mistreated him, he would never challenge back. He would just simply walk away. Isaiah loved to read about religion and philosophers and why things happen in our world. He tried to understand why the bad existed and why there was hate. The Orozco family is hurt, knowing that Isaiah won't be able to join them on their usual fishing and camping trips, which he truly enjoyed. His young cousins miss spending time with them, gaming, and gardening with his aunt. His paternal grandmother, whom he visited very often, misses him very much. She misses Isaiah's caring ways, making him his favorite comfort food, scratching his back for fooding, and having him be helpful around the house. Isaiah was working on getting his education with a program at UTSA. He had a job and was living on his own. The last time Isaiah visited his paternal aunt and grandmother, he told them about his apartment downtown, about his job close to the downtown area, and talked about other goals he had reached. They told him that they were very proud of him and they had made plans to celebrate his 22nd birthday, which his family will never get that chance to celebrate again due to him being brutally murdered. His paternal aunt mentioned that she always believes in angels on earth, but since the day Joseph Harris murdered her nephew, Isaiah, she now also believes in demons on earth too. Further, the evil actions that Joseph acted on the day he murdered Isaiah have caused her and the Orozco and Esparza family sadness. They feel that Joseph Harris needs to be held accountable for murder. He should be put behind bars for the rest of his life, so he won't be able to destroy other lives in society.
All right.
That is it, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Cox, do you need to speak with Mr. Harris?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Our top story at 10, an emotional ending for one family's fight towards justice.
Today, a jury found Joseph Harris guilty for shooting and killing Isaiah Orozco at a downtown bus stop. Hours ago, he was also sentenced to 68 years in prison.
KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna was in the courtroom when Orozco's mother had the chance to speak directly to her son's killer.
On February 28th, 2022, my life was shattered.
Connie Esparza was full of mixed emotions Tuesday: relief, anger, happiness.
I'm, still sad because my son is not here. I'm very hurt, but I thank God that justice was served.
Her son, Isaiah Orozco, was 21 years old when prosecutors say he was shot more than a dozen times by Joseph Harris at a bus stop off St. Mary's Street last February. Investigators say the two were having an argument and both pulled out a gun. When Orozco walked away, Harris shot him in the back and in the head. The entire incident was captured by a Via Bus surveillance camera. Harris was indicted for the murder in April of 2022.
Isaiah was cut down by a coward.
The defense argued throughout the trial Harris was defending himself, but ultimately by Tuesday afternoon, a jury found him guilty of the murder. Hours later, they sentenced him to 68 years in prison.
In order for me to heal, I have to forgive you.
Esparza says expressing forgiveness was not easy, but it was something she knew her son wanted her to do.
He was very forgiving. So I started working on that. And I told myself and I talked to God, I was just like, I forgive him.